Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to another week of Drinking with Disney. Afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching us. Hey, I'm Molly, and as always, this is my co-host Lucas.
Hello.
And tonight we watched Cinderella.
Yeah, the 1950 Disney movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I was pleasantly surprised with, actually.
Yeah, it was a little bit. It was funnier than I remember it being, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So first off, we always start. What are you drinking? Sorry.
Oh, tonight I've been drinking Fixed Gear. This here is a Training Wheels hopped sour. Really good new brewery that just popped up in Guelph in the last 6 months or so, I think.
And I'm just drinking wine.
Classic.
Just white wine. I got it for my birthday. I honestly don't know what kind it is.
It's a white.
It's a white.
Yeah.
In a really cool small glass.
Yep. A very conservative sized glass.
I'm a really classy lady.
Oh yeah, we all know it. All right, so into Cinderella. This whole thing is...
Drinking game rules.
Oh, right, the drinking game rules. So anytime a song starts, anytime she speaks with an animal, anytime somebody uses magic, anytime that somebody puts a shoe on, and then anytime that either the stepmother or stepsisters are nasty to Cinderella.
And there was one rule that I read, and we didn't do it because it's actually, we're filming this on a Monday night because we're going to be in Mexico. But it was really aggressive, so I didn't even write it down. When the carriage turns back into a pumpkin, finish your drink.
Finish, yeah.
I can never do the finish your drink rules.
No, that's a little much. A little much for me.
For a Monday.
Yeah.
This is a little much for a Monday, but it's okay.
Yeah, so then we get into the movie, and the whole thing is being told as a fairy tale, right? You see the book open, and then the story begins. And for the first, 15 minutes of the movie almost?
Yeah, it's 15.
Cinderella doesn't talk to another human, only talks to the mice and the birds and other animals. And when it started, I was kind of worried that it was going to be another Dumbo situation.
I fucking hate Dumbo. Like, I'm really traumatized for life after we watched Dumbo. It was so shit.
Yeah, and I just thought it was going to be another kind of almost semi-silent film. But the action does pick up after that.
And it's just kind of setting it up. Like, the mice are a really big part of the movie.
Yeah.
So the whole first 15 minutes is the cat trying to kill the mice.
Right, yeah. Chasing them all around the house.
Okay, growing up, you think Lucifer's a bad cat. Like, sure, he might be a dick because he's like the ruler of the roost. But let me tell you, if people try to mess with my feeding time, I'm going to try and kill them too.
That's kind of what sets off the whole thing, is the mice mess with him when he's eating.
Leave him alone!
And then he goes crazy on them.
Leave him alone! And then maybe you guys could be friends one day.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Because I know that if my break gets messed up at work, it doesn't happen often, but when it does, I'm not happy about it. It's not a good time.
No.
So I get why Lucifer's so mad.
Yeah.
I sympathize with him. I also think that this movie is the reason why so many people think cats are assholes.
It does throw that stereotype out there.
Because you see Bruno and she's like, oh, Bruno, you're so sweet.
Right, yeah.
And then they show the cat that's kind of a dick. But like I said, someone's messing with his food.
Yeah. No, I do sympathize with the cat there a little bit, but he is after the mice a little too much.
Well, yeah, like he kind of... I would be like that if someone was with me. I'm just gonna keep saying that. Like, I don't think he's that out of line.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. And so when Cinderella is like getting ready in the morning, even before she starts setting out on her chores, the mice and birds help her shower and get ready. Like, that's the most disgusting thing.
Penny.
She's definitely got lice or ticks or some kind of bugs crawling around on her at all fucking times. Stanky Cinderella is what her name should be.
But it's also the 1950s and like people don't bathe as much back then.
Right, but I'm sure they don't.
But I'm sure they don't smell like mice shit and bird shit.
Constantly.
And, well, like, she's showering with them.
Right?
Is that her body wash? Ode to mouse poop?
Ode to mouse turd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She scrubs, it's her exfoliant.
Yep.
You only exfoliate a couple times a week, so she might not smell that bad.
Yeah.
She probably stinks.
Oh, she probably stinks real
bad. She
bad.
stinks, even though she's washing.
And it also shows Cinderella retrieving Gus, the chubby mouse, out of a mousetrap. So she's just like so lonely and so hard pressed for like any company that she traps these mice and then makes them her forced pets. And then they do like all this work for her. They're kind of like her slaves, really.
Yeah, and like, why mice? If you're going to be friends with one of the animals, go hang out with your dog more.
Yeah.
Your dog Bruno, who seems like a cool guy. Or the cat!
The dog also kind of seems semi-neglected outside all the time. Never really, you only see him inside once at the very beginning.
I think that's because it was probably like her dad's dog.
Maybe.
Like her dog. And the stepmother is a bitch.
That she is.
So she has to stay outside. Oh, we skipped the whole part where they're like, oh, Cinderella's dad had to find a new wife. So he finds this lady who's not that bad, and then he dies too. So both of her parents are dead.
Yeah.
So she already has a sad life, and then
Very
this
traumatic
stepmom
life.
tries to be a bitch to her.
Yeah. And we did look it up as well, that Cinderella is one of the older Disney princesses at 19 years
mature.
old. So she's one of the mature ones.
She can drink out of this.
Like, she was probably, what, like 6 months from going off by herself,
Well,
right?
I moved out when I was 18.
Yeah.
You can move out.
Move out when you're that young, that's fine.
That's your own fault at that
Get
point.
away from that negativity in your life, Get away from those stepsisters.
Ain't nobody got time for that. And Molly doesn't have time to drink that many times. So.
Yeah. And then, she saves all the mice, traps them. And then the mice also, when she's first talking to them, only seem to be speaking like half broken English.
Like gibberish.
Semi-mouse, semi-English. And then it's like 25 minutes into the movie, a flip switches. And then
As soon as shit gets real.
As soon as shit gets real,
They're
the mouse
English.
are just like talking English.
So they're just being like an annoying toddler. Like, I love toddlers, but like,
Right.
when they know how to talk and then they just start to talk like a baby.
Yeah, like we hear them say very like more complicated words than Cinderella, but they still always call her Cinderella.
Yeah, they can't even say Cinderella with an A. They say Cinderella, which,
Yeah.
it's kind of cute.
It's like a spaghetti situation.
Paschetti?
Situation.
Cinderella.
Yeah. Cinderella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they speak full-on gibberish, but you weirdly know what they're saying when they're speaking this gibberish.
You do get the
You get
gist.
like the gist. You're like, oh, okay, this is what they're doing.
Exactly.
They're trying to get past the cat.
Right.
They're trying to help her with her dress. But then when they start to help her with her dress is when they really start to speak English.
Right. Yeah. That is. Yeah.
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 Yeah. But why does Cinderella put up with the BS? That is like an abusive family.
I know. She should just like hit the bricks and get out on her own. Like, she can obviously take care of herself. She's taking care of her two stepsisters and her stepmother as well.
Yeah.
She can obviously do something for herself.
Well, because the
She's not a
first thing we
useless
see her
person.
doing is like trying to serve everyone, including the animals, breakfast
at the
in
same
bed
time,
at
yeah.
the same time.
Yeah.
And then that's when she walks into the room and you see Lucifer in his bed.
Right.
And I really want a bed like that at our house for Lucas.
That's a terrible idea. That would never go over well at all. That just wouldn't work.
You don't want to sleep over there?
No, fuck that. No. And then we do get a little cut scene over to the palace where we see the king for the first time.
Yeah.
And he's going on and on and on about how his son, who is also 19 years old, needs to start taking his life seriously and look for a wife.
What is with the Disney parents trying to whore out their kids?
They just love whoring out the kids.
They
yeah.
just want them to shack up. You
It's
know what?
all-
They're all going to end up divorced.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, these speedy marriages are always going to end up in divorce. Because, like, Cinderella and the prince knew each other for a whole of 15 minutes.
I think she's supposed to be at the ball for like an hour.
Okay, so she's at the ball for an hour, and they're
Then
dancing
they're
the
married.
whole time.
Then they're
pretty
married.
much. And then he's not even going out looking for her with the glass slipper. It's the Duke who goes out looking. So she doesn't even presumably see him again until the wedding. It's just bonkers.
It's bonkers,
Maybe
but
that's the way shit was back in the
yeah,
50s.
we don't know.
Yeah,
When you know, you know.
I guess.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, the Disney parents are always trying to do that. Like we said in the very first episode, like the Sultan in Aladdin, his sole job is to whore out Jasmine.
That's all he wants
No
to do
wonder
all
she
day.
hates her life. She's 16 years old.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And then the king has this grand idea to hold a ball with all of the eligible women coming by, and word goes out, and Cinderella is super hype about this because she thinks, oh, all of the eligible women, that includes me, I'm going.
Which is like,
Yeah.
she should be allowed to go.
Oh, it's a very reasonable assumption for her.
If if they had found out that the stepmother was hiding her or not letting her go, isn't that kind of illegal? Because that's like a thing.
Right, yeah.
They like send out this thing and they say everyone in the kingdom has to come.
Right, yeah. They are, the stepmother is kind of breaking the law, trying to keep her hidden, right?
I want to put her in prison.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Put her in prison.
So then they all are about to get ready for the ball, and Cinderella's all excited, but then her stepmom gives her 1,000 tasks that she'll never be able to finish in time.
Yeah, because she says, if you are ready in time, if you can find a dress, if you can do all of this stuff and all of your chores, you can come. And Cinderella's like, sweet, not realizing, why wouldn't your first thought be like, that was too easy, you're usually a huge bitch. Why all of a sudden am I allowed to go if I can finish all my stuff in time?
Yeah, what's different
That's
about
her
today?
Being naive AF, for starters. And then when they start giving her the extra tasks, why doesn't she say, fuck you, I'm just going anyway?
Yeah.
Like, because she already has this dress from her mom, or why doesn't she just sneak out?
I just don't understand why she doesn't lie about a lot of the tasks, because her stepmom's giving her these tasks and she says, oh, I did that yesterday, I did that last week or whatever. It's like, just fucking lie about it.
And she's still in bed.
Yeah.
She's still in bed when she's telling her to redo something. She said, oh, I just did shit. Do it again!
Yeah.
Just lie. Be like, yeah, I did.
Like, yeah, I just did it. Like,
I did it again.
Fuck you.
Can't you tell? Because she already did it. She can just say she did it again. Come on, Cindy.
Yeah, and then we see the stepsisters getting ready and stuff, and they are like literally drawn like old hags. In this movie.
Because are they they're called the ugly stepsisters, right? Or are they the wicked stepsisters?
The mean stepsisters.
I think they're the ugly stepsisters. I think that's literally what they're called, or else I used to call them that.
But even the Duke guy, both times when he sees her, when they present themselves to the prince at the ball and when he goes to their house, cringes at the sight of them both times.
He goes, ugh.
Like,
even I have my limits, he says about them. Like, that's so mean.
That lady's disgusting.
Yeah, they must be gross.
Yeah,
Let me see if I can find what they're called.
So
Oh my gosh, Kay. First off, one of the stepsisters' names is Drizella.
Drizella,
And from the beginning, you know which one Drizella is, because she's the even uglier one. Drizella.
Yeah.
Ugh, so gross. And Anastasia is the other one. But I honestly, I think that they're referred to, it doesn't say on IMDb, which is really annoying, as the ugly stepsisters. Like, I think that's the thing in the book. I think that's...
in like the old fairy tale.
Yeah, that's what they are.
All right.
So they're ugly. They're really drawn ugly, but it's really funny because, like, they're like real life humans that just have these like lines here, and that's what makes them ugly.
Right.
Because women get that. I have that. Am I ugly?
No.
Thank you. But Cinderella has this like porcelain drawn face, right? She's like, what's everything
dainty.
She's what's wrong with the world.
Yeah. So then we see the mice and the birds actually spring into action and start to work on Cinderella's dress themselves, because they realize Cinderella's never going to be able to actually finish it on time.
Which, again, this dress is going to smell like shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's going to smell so bad.
It's going to be real gross. And it's going to be carrying some diseases. Yeah, for sure.
What diseases do mice have?
Mice?
Like everything.
Mice were like one of the main carriers of the bubonic plague.
So she's going to have the bubonic plague.
Right.
She's going to be bubonic AF.
Yeah.
That sounds like a song or like a type of music. Bubonic.
And then she actually manages to get ready in time, scoots down for the
because the
carriage.
mice, their stepsisters like throw their shit on the ground, and they're like, this shit's awful. It's so ugly, I hate it. And it's like a sash, which is essentially just a piece of fabric and then like a necklace.
All her like accessories that she wears. Right?
Oh yeah, that they don't want. So they throw the sash around her mom. Like the dress she finds is her mom's old dress, and they throw the sash around that, and then they put the necklace on her. And then the stepmom realizes that this is like recyclables from the stepsisters and points it out. And she goes, oh, don't you like that necklace? So she tears it off of her.
Yeah, they start ripping all of the secondhand stuff off of her.
But then my question is, how do you realize that the sash is the fabric on the dress? Right. It's just fabric. Like, it's just pink fabric. It's not, oh, that It's my sash.
That's my
It's a ribbon
sash.
on a dress, lady. Relax, Drizella.
Yeah.
Or I think that was Anastasia. Relax. I wish it was
Yeah.
Drizella because that's better.
And then
She
so
goes,
Cinderella's all in a huff and doesn't end up going, and then runs out into the courtyard where she starts crying on a bench. And then all of a sudden, the fairy godmother appears
under her face.
like Cinderella's crying in her lap.
And she just doesn't even flinch.
Doesn't even flinch.
Because, like, she has her head like this, right? On the bench.
And then
And
fairy
then
godmother appears underneath.
Her lap
She-
is under her face
Yeah.
all of a sudden and does not even flinch. She just is like, oh dear. Like, she's comforting her. And she's like, but
Yeah.
you don't understand. How about, who the fuck are you?
Right.
And why is your crotch in my face?
Yeah, get that crotch out of my face.
You perv.
And Cinderella also is like, are you my fairy godmother? Like, that's a thing. Like, she doesn't have to introduce herself.
But I think, I realized after we thought of that, though, at the beginning, I don't know if we were paying enough attention. They might have mentioned that in the book, that people have fairy godmothers.
Right. There is a high chance we weren't paying enough attention at the beginning.
I'm
Or
sorry.
for most of it.
Sorry, we're really good at life. But my question, too, is Cinderella's had a really fucking rough life. Like, she's
Yeah.
lost both of her parents. She's basically an abuse victim in this house.
Yeah. Almost nothing has gone right for her in her entire
Where
life.
was the fairy godmother before?
Yeah.
Why in the first 19 years is she absent? Where
Yeah.
are you?
Where is she? Like, why isn't she, like, poking up as soon as Cinderella's into trouble? Or
As soon as her dad dies.
Not into any trouble, but, like, in the real trouble. Once she's in the shits, why isn't the fairy godmother coming to her?
Yeah, like when her
Save you
dad
earlier.
dies.
Yeah.
Say, oh, I'll come help
Yeah.
you now. I'll give you a place to live. We'll take you out of this bad sitch.
Yeah.
We got a situation.
We got a situation.
Penny.
And then fairy godmother goes into her ditty, which is one of the better songs in the movie.
Bippity boppity boop.
The songs in this movie do kind of suck.
I like A Dream is a Wish.
Oh, yeah?
I like that song. I think that's the best song in the movie.
I think there's only two good songs in the movie, and it's Bippity Boppity and Cinderella. Yeah, those are the only two
I like the first one,
good
but
ones.
and the first one, like the Dream song, that they sing that through the whole movie. You hear it like a million times, so you know it's got to be
Come back to
good.
it, yeah. I'm sure it's like musically it's a fine song, but
But it's just not your cup
it's
of
not
tea.
it's not Bippity Boppity.
But Bippity Boppity, this is a point I have about that. So she's like, okay, we'll transform the mice into the horses, which is all this cool stuff. Have you ever seen Harry Potter, which is also a Disney movie, by the way, right? Right?
I think so.
I think so.
Who knows?
Could be wrong. Don't quote me. They have different names for their spells. Why is everything you're doing bippity boppity boop?
Yeah.
And then
Well, she's just good with it.
you're a horse. You're a carriage.
Yeah.
You're a person.
And yeah, and then after Cinderella gets the whole makeover, gets the carriage, the horse, the driver,
She almost
and
forgets to give
everything,
her a makeover.
almost forgets to give her the dress, and then finally gets it, and then she pulls up the dress and is like, ooh, glass slippers, awesome. Why is that awesome? That sounds like the worst fucking footwear you could ever have in your entire life.
I already hate wearing high heels, let alone wearing fucking glass high heels. That sounds like my version of hell.
Like, I'm sure they would they get steamy?
They would be
They
disgusting.
would be disgusting.
That already with her
Yeah.
mouth shit dress.
Condensation built up on the inside.
You
of
could
them.
see it. Yeah, you could see the
Disgusting.
condensation on the
Just
inside for sure.
disgusting.
And how light is she that she can
Ugh.
walk around on glass footwear? Why is it
Ugh.
not shattering?
So gross.
Oh God, it's gross. It's uncomfortable. It's the most impractical
Ugh.
thing I have ever heard of in my
No,
life.
it's really, really gross. And then when the Duke is carrying the slipper around to try it on people, he's got his finger in it, his hand in it, and shit. Like, that's fucking disgusting.
That just made my stomach turn.
I'm sorry.
I didn't even think of
Yeah,
that.
but he catches it by like the inside of it on more than one occasion, and it is fucking disgusting. Like, it is not right. Man, makes your skin crawl.
Makes my tummy hurt.
Yeah, so then she fucking gets to the ball
In her glass shoes.
in her glass shoes, and she literally walks up a set of stairs that has to be like 80 stairs high.
Yeah, well, we go to the ball.
So
and
she's working in those glass slippers, too.
And
So they are definitely, they have like a quarter inch of liquid in the bottom of them at this point. She gets in there, and then the prince sees her from across the room and just walks up to her.
Yeah, because he's ignoring all the other girls that clearly want to have sex with him.
And just walks up to her. It seems like he introduces himself.
But he doesn't.
But apparently he doesn't, and then they just start dancing, and then they dance the night away.
That's how we fell in love.
Yeah, and then the clock strikes midnight, and then she gets out of here.
But she says it's midnight, and the fairy godmother was very, like, strict about the midnight rule, and it's midnight for, like, 5 minutes.
It is midnight for a while before the transition back actually happens.
It's midnight. And she goes, I didn't even get to meet the prince.
She says that
to the prince.
To the prince as the clock strikes midnight.
Plot twist.
Yeah, and
I didn't realize she didn't realize it was the prince.
I didn't. I had no.
But how do you not, you dumbass?
It's like there's one dude in the whole
fucking
fucking
party. There's one guy. He was standing at the front when you walked up and ignored all the other bitches.
There's one guy at the party. You know why you were going to this party.
But I haven't talked to the prince yet.
But there must be like a whole bunch of other dudes there.
Maybe she's just kind of slutty.
Get your head out of your ass, Cinderella.
Well, she obviously doesn't have her head on straight.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't have... No. Because she's not... She needs to wise up.
She does.
Oh, the dog's got some...
Yeah.
Jesus. Penny, get out of there. Yeah, plot twist. And then she goes, so it's been 12 o'clock for 20 minutes or however long.
It's a solid 15 minutes.
And then they try and get her to stay because she's trying to leave. Obviously, she doesn't want her pumpkin and her dress and everything to switch back in front of the prince, which by this point, obviously, he just loves her for her face.
Of course, because, they've known each other for a whole of like...
An hour.
An hour and
We've
a half.
said an hour.
And they're in love.
They might be.
Yeah.
But anyway, then she gets out, they close the gate, and then they send these demon horses. They literally look like they're flying straight out of hell.
And they are chasing them down hard.
But then all of her stuff changes back, like, while she's sitting in the pumpkin still, and she just, like, darts off to the side of the road. They don't notice that they run over this pumpkin, and they saw a human and all this stuff. They were already chasing after.
Yeah, they were already chasing after someone. Why didn't they just stop to check it out anyway? At least a couple of them.
Demons aren't smart.
No, I guess they're not. But back to the ball, when Cinderella and the prince first start dancing, both of the stepsisters and the stepmother are like, "Oh, who is that? Oh, who is that?"
Oh, I think I recognize her.
Like, you live with that bitch. Like,
she serves you breakfast every day.
Yeah,
she cleans your house. She does everything for you.
You don't know what she looks like?
Oh, who is that? Just because she put her hair up and put on a sparkly dress. Right. By the way, I think that Cinderella got noticed by the prince because her dress is all sparkles.
It is all sparkle.
And that's a really good time. I don't know if you guys know.
It's a real statement dress.
But I really like to sparkle up my life.
Yeah. And then...
but the stepmom kind of is like, I think I know her, and she kind of is wise
looks
to
familiar,
it.
Yeah. Seems to be in the know a little bit.
Stepsisters are just stupid.
Yeah. And then the Duke has to go and tell the king that the evening didn't end in a proposal. And then the king straight up tries to murder the Duke with a sword.
Because the prince didn't propose
Because the prince didn't propose to somebody.
This is like a sped up episode of The Bachelor.
Yeah, like this whole night, that ball night is like the first night and last night of The Bachelor.
Yeah,
that's what it was supposed to
without
be.
The fantasy suites.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be a mainline version of
It's like the show The Proposal.
Yeah,
that comes
exactly
on
like
after
that.
The Bachelor that I'm too tired to stay up to watch.
But I think it's actually canceled. They canceled that.
That's not surprising.
It was garbage.
That's not good.
And
it's on at 11.
Yeah.
Who stays up till 11 to watch The Proposal?
Right? And then the king gets the genius idea to just, shop the shoe around, and then whoever fits the shoe, it's got to be the one who wore it the night before.
How many people have the same size feet? I just got really squeaky.
Well, I don't know. Like, a lot of, like, people be sharing foot sizes, that's for sure.
You know what? I went into Payless today.
Yeah.
And my whole size section was, like, pretty much gone. Yeah. But all the size 13s and 11s were still there. Oh. Shout out to the rest of my family, because we have huge feet. Go to Payless. They're all still there. My size was not.
Yeah, so probably tons of girls that this slipper is fitting. So it's really even a miracle that they make it to Cinderella's place before somebody else fits it. Right?
Maybe that's like the first place they go, though, because...
No, they do say that the Duke has been searching all through the night, and he is very tired and almost falls asleep when he's there.
But that's like me all the time.
Right, yeah, I guess, yeah.
He could be a liar.
He could be.
Yeah, but his boss straight up tries to murder him for not whoring out his son the proper way.
Right, yeah. And then when the royal decree comes that everybody has to try on the slipper, this is when Cinderella finally realizes that it was the prince she was dancing with.
How did you not clue
It's
in
like,
sooner when
you
all
didn't
the
get
royal
that?
demon horses were chasing after you?
Also, you didn't get that, like, the dude in, like, the, like, prince's outfit was the prince?
With the, like, tassel things on his
Yeah,
shoulders?
yeah.
I could have won some tassel shoulder blade things.
Do you?
I feel like I would wear them around the house.
And she also, after she realizes it was the prince and everything, she just sits on her ass and is just like, oh, I'm gonna just let them come to me. Why not take a little initiative?
Yeah.
Like, just leave. You have the other slipper. Go find the Duke or go to the...
This is what she needs to lead with. Oh, you have that slipper? I lost my slipper.
Check out this one, yeah.
She should go. She should go. But I guess she can't, like, sneak past her mom or her stepmom or whatever.
Maybe that's it.
But at the same time, like, you're 19 years old. Be like, hey, I'm going for a walk or something.
That's like half of the fun at 19 is to, like, disobey your parents and shit. Right?
I didn't live at home anymore.
Yeah. Well, she shouldn't live at home anymore.
No,
Especially
come on,
with her
Cinderella,
home
get off your
situation.
ass.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Get out
as
in the
soon
real
as,
world,
as soon as she
Cinderella.
turns 18, why is she not out of the house? Because it's shit.
Yeah, because that's not her. Those people aren't looking out for her, right?
No, not in the slightest. It's not a good time, Cinderella.
Yeah.
Cindy, I'm going to call you Cindy.
Yeah, and then after Cinderella realizes that it was the prince that she was dancing with and stuff, she gets like that look in her face and starts
And she
singing
starts singing
to
that
herself.
song that she was singing while they were dancing.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
And then the
so this is
stepmom, and then
love.
the stepmom gets turned on to the fact that that was her last
And
night.
then she gets real scary in her face. It
does,
gets really
yeah,
dark, and
gets,
she's
green
like,
eyes,
"What?
yeah.
Okay, if you're evil,
Mm-hmm.
how are you not so manipulative that you could be like, this could work out for me?
Yeah, you
I could
think she
pretend
would
to
do
be
that,
best
yeah.
friends with her,
Right.
even though I'm not."
Yeah, I kind of thought it was gonna go that way because I
Yeah,
haven't
'cause
seen
we
this
haven't
movie
seen it in a
in
long
forever.
time.
But then no, she just locks her up in the attic and puts the key in her pocket and tries to keep it on her so Cinderella can't get out while they're there.
But then we obviously know that some sort of animal friend is gonna get this key.
Yeah, and it's the mice, the two main mouse.
The
two main mice. Sorry.
Jacques and Gus.
Jacques and Gus.
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 Oh!
What?
I totally forgot to bring up a really valid point.
What's that?
Cinderella's weird as fuck. We already talked
Yeah.
about all of her animal friends, but she just has all these mouse outfits.
Yeah, she's
like at the
also,
very beginning
yeah.
of the movie, she like pulls out her mouse dress because they say, "Oh, we have a new mouse in the trap,"
Right.
and then they go, "No, it's a boy." She goes, "Oh, I have a boy's outfit too.
Yeah.
Don't worry."
It's
What
like
the
how
fuck?
many mouse fits you got cooking in there?
Why? It's like, have you seen the movie Dinner for
I was
Schmucks?
gonna say she is like Steve Carell in Dinner for Schmucks.
Yes.
Yeah, except it's live mice. instead of
Mind
dead mice.
control.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had to say
they
that.
Lock
I
her
think
up
she fucked up.
in the attic, and then the mice go and steal the key. And it's like, how do you not like that's looks to be like a big ass heavy skeleton key.
How do you
right?
not feel the mice crawling on you, Penny?
Yeah, how do you not feel the mice on you, plus not feel the key leaving your pocket?
Yeah, the heavy key, which the mice see in her back pocket with like X-ray vision.
Right.
It like lights up.
And it takes them it's like 5-6 minutes of movie time from them to get the key to get it up to Cinderella.
Probably like a half an hour.
So like in real time, like a half an hour.
At least.
How long does it take two women to try to put on a glass shoe that has no give to it at all because it's made of glass?
Well, the thing is, it would have burst the way she was trying to shove it onto her foot because they keep shoving it on, and it shows the guy who's putting it on her foot, putting spit on his hands and trying to like grease it. Why are you trying so hard? It obviously does not fit her.
I think part of it is the king set them out.
They're just tired of it and they want to find someone.
Also, the king is like, he's gonna marry whoever fits this shoe. Do not come back without somebody who fits this shoe. Right?
Ew.
Yeah.
What if she's trashy?
Well, if it was what's Drizella, she would have been.
Drizella! He
Yeah.
should have ended up with Drizella, and then they should have had the real Drizellas of the kingdom. The Real Housewives of Drizella's kingdom.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Cinderella apparently has these dainty-ass feet that she's walking around on.
Yeah, because
How is she not falling over?
they put the shoes on her, on both of the ugly stepsisters, and it fits on half of each of their foot.
Yeah.
You know what? I have big feet. Like, not big feet, but like, I have average size feet.
And it's not like the stepsisters stand head and shoulders above Cinderella either. They look relatively similar in height,
because
right?
I'm a tall person, that's why I have big feet. I would
Right.
fall over if I had small feet.
That's what I mean. Like Cinderella, she's probably tippy.
I think she's drunk all the time, honestly.
And her shoes also fall off 3 times in this movie.
Which is why I think she's drunk all the time. I lose my stuff when I'm drunk.
Or she just needs to buy like the right size of shoe. She's just wearing the wrong size shoe.
Or she needs to stop
Take it
drinking.
down a little bit, or cut off the booze. That'll
Probably
help
not,
too.
though.
Yeah.
It's a good time.
And then in her last evil act that we see her do, after Cinderella busts out of the attic, comes rushing down and yells for the Duke before they're walking out the door.
She should just run down with her slipper in
Why
her
not
hand.
running down in your hand? That would be the move. But the last evil thing that the stepmother does is trips the dude carrying the glass slipper.
What a bitch!
Right?
What a bitch!
And then it goes flying through the air, comes down, and smashes.
And then they were like, shit. But obviously the girl whose shoe it is has the other shoe, like,
Right.
relax.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't her, then she wouldn't have had the shoe.
So then Cinderella pulls out the other shoe. They realize, oh yeah, that's, I guess, the pair to the other one, and then pops it on her foot. And then...
Well, because who else has glass shoes?
Right,
Who else
nobody.
is stupid?
Right? Nobody is dumb enough to wear fucking glass shoes.
Another point I have, though, is all of the stuff disintegrates at midnight. How does she still have both the shoes?
And the second shoe is, like, glistening.
Is it? Maybe it's like a gift. Maybe that's why I thought, okay.
I think that's the
so
idea.
So it sparkles because it's like
It's
a
kinda
gift
like,
from the fairy godmother. You can keep
like
this.
a keepsake souvenir of the night kind of deal, right?
Yeah, that is. You are so smart.
And then it's seemingly the next thing that happens is just their wedding. It's like, oh yeah, this is her. Let's take her to the castle right now. Get them married.
Yeah, the prince barely talks.
The prince has like 3 lines in the whole movie.
Which, at the very end of the movie, they show all the mice at the palace.
Yeah.
Don't you think a 19-year-old guy that meets this girl that has all these stray mice that have all these diseases and shows up to the palace and being like, they're gonna live here, would be like, get the fuck out of here. That's disgusting. I can't get over these mice.
Yeah, it'd be like they're hanging out for the first time, and then the next day she like invites her mouse
She's
friends
like,
over,
oh,
and
look
he's
at all the
like,
mice. I have all these cute outfits for them.
This is kind of my place. You don't really live here yet. Like, maybe don't invite your friends over. And they're mice as well. Like, that's disgusting.
She doesn't have any other friends, honey.
Yeah, her only friends are mice, right?
Which is another red flag.
Yeah, big time red flag.
She is so... Okay, you know what?
Yeah, and then presumably the king is happy that his son is marrying some, like, disease-ridden...
mouse-loving...
friend...
19-year-old...
dirty 19-year-old who...
Well, the whole thing is... Sorry.
No.
The stepmom locks her away and treats her like shit because she knows how beautiful she is.
Right, she's trying to, I guess...
She wants her daughters to succeed.
Yeah, she's trying to, like, get
and
her
she knows that
daughters on the
Cinderella,
block, right?
if people knew who Cinderella was, they would all be in love with her.
Right.
I think that's the whole thing.
Right.
I think they say that at the beginning of the movie.
Right, yeah, I think so.
We weren't paying attention to the beginning of the movie.
The stepmother is straight up evil. Like,
she's a bitch.
Because a lot of these Disney villains do have some of them at least do have 1 or 2 redeeming qualities, whether it be even just something as simple as, like, their loyalty to, like, the people that they're with, right? But the stepmother has 0 redeeming qualities almost.
No,
like,
she's just awful.
it's
You know what
crazy.
I'm really excited to do, though? Have you ever seen Cinderella with, like, Whitney Houston?
No, I don't think I have.
We have to watch that.
Yeah, we'll watch it someday.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, did not know that was a thing.
It's good.
Okay, yeah, we'll have to check that out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think going through our like our little categories we try to hit on sometimes are Best song, I think we're divided on.
Which is the first time.
Yeah, I think I'm saying it's Bippity Boppity or Cinderella. It's one of the two.
No, it's
one of the two.
A dream is a wish your heart makes.
But I think it's a weak soundtrack anyway.
It's not great.
And as far as what we could see more of, what we could see less of.
We could see less of the mice.
Less mice, yeah, for sure.
Like,
less
they're helpful,
mice.
but, like, less mice in the beginning. Like, why are we seeing this whole saga of the cat and mouse?
Less mice, more prints.
More prints.
Way more prints.
He says 2 things in the whole movie.
We need like 10 times the amount of prints.
All he says is like, "Oh, you haven't seen the prince yet." When she doesn't think
it's like,
he's
"Oh, do you
Prince.
not know who I am?" or whatever.
And
like,
he sings a little bit when they're singing together. And that's it. Yeah, we do need. That's a really good point. We need more.
We need
prints.
a lot more prints.
Lot more prints.
Yeah.
Raspberry beret.
And then as far as the real MVP of the movie, who do you got this week? That's okay. We'll wait.
You go first.
I think I'm going to go with Jacques, who is the lead mouse. Although he does get into shit
Hi, Pen.
a few times, and he's definitely a shit disturber. He's kind of leading the charge on
Athlete.
on a lot of things, including getting the key and getting Cinderella out of the attic.
Fairy godmother.
Yeah.
She bippity boppity boop Cinderella off to the ball, and if she didn't do that, she wouldn't have got her out of that shithole.
That's true. Yeah. No, I like that pick too.
Yeah.
Back to what we could see more of as well as the fairy godmother.
Yeah, we barely see her.
I forgot the fairy godmother was in one scene. I thought the fairy godmother had a second scene after kind of thing. Like
no, she just
when
leaves
she got
a
back home.
big impression, you know?
Yeah. No, so
that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it for this week.
I enjoyed this week.
No, I really did too. Like I said off the top, it was way funnier than I remember it being. Good play with the cat and the mouse and stuff.
I really think anything since we've watched Dumbo will be better than Dumbo.
Dumbo is like the floor of Disney movies. Like,
if you're looking for garbage, watch Dumbo. If you're looking for a good time, watch Cinderella. Play the drinking game. Doesn't get you quite as drunk as other ones, which I kind of like. If you're looking for like a chill drinking game.
Yeah, and it is a quick movie too, an hour and 14 minutes, so not a huge dedication of time to do it.
Watch, yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. But no, it was all in all a good one. That's Penny. That's our hype girl. Yeah. And as always, we want you to watch us next week and subscribe to the channel, like the video, follow us on Twitter at DrinkingWDisney and on Instagram @DrinkingWithDisney_. And we will see you next week.
Bye.